Most of us dream about becoming financially free, but we have no idea how to get there. We find ourselves looking for that magic wand or easy button that never comes, and then tell ourselves it's just an impossible dream. But those are just stories we tell ourselves, and I'm here to tell you it's not true. You can become financially free. I know because I was there, living paycheck to paycheck in debt and wishing for that magic wand. I'm Carrie, founder of Financial Freedom Evolution. I'm a wife, a mom, and a grandma. I've been a busy professional mom for 40 plus years now, and I've learned a lot over the years. But the most important thing that I've learned that has truly forever changed my life for the better is understanding personal finance and how to manage my money. It wasn't easy at first. I had to put aside all the opinions I formed about money over the years, from watching and listening to my parents, teachers, peers, social media, and just society in general. I had to untrain my mind, all the beliefs I formed about money, and start fresh. I had to train myself to look at money as something neutral. It wasn't good or bad, it just was. Money was never the problem. It was my behavior and actions, and I had to start taking a hard look at those behaviors and actions and my values and beliefs if I was going to have a chance of becoming financially free and sustaining that freedom. At first, personal finance was like learning a foreign language. I kept wanting to butt heads with everything I was learning that contradicted my beliefs. I thought managing money was just making sure the bills got paid and keeping the lights on. I would hear terms like money mindset, money stories, money beliefs, and financial values. And I would think to myself, what does all of this have to do with managing money? I really thought it was a bunch of fluff. But I told myself I was going to keep an open mind, try new things, and because clearly what I was doing or not doing was not working. I didn't know how to manage money or even where to start. A budget sounded scary to me. I was afraid of finding out I didn't have enough money to cover my monthly expenses, or I was deeper in debt than I thought. I thought a budget would prevent me from spending money or doing anything fun with family and friends. But one of the biggest things I learned about budgets is that I was looking at it all wrong. A budget isn't about controlling or restricting your money, it's about gaining awareness and control over it. I started thinking of my budget as a financial GPS that contains my money plan or my money roadmap, giving me real-time information about where my money is at any given time and where it's going. It's like driving in your car with your GPS. Based on the information you feed it, your starting location, final destination, and any stops along the way, your GPS gives you the route and detailed steps on how to get there. It even helps you when obstacles arise along the way and you need to take a detour or a different path. Your financial GPS is the same thing. It gives you real-time information and insight on exactly how much you have for expenses, savings, and even the things that you want, which empowers you to make informed decisions and choices. It's not about saying no to spending. It's about confidently knowing where you stand and making informed choices based on that clarity before you make any financial decisions, big or small. If you've been following along in my last two videos, you already know where your money's been going throughout the month, and you've started to uncover hidden costs, trends, and patterns in your spending habits. If you're new to personal finance and managing money, this is the perfect place to start. So check out those two videos, which I've linked below. Today, we're going to take it a step further and touch on one of those topics I thought had nothing to do with personal finance or managing my money, and that's values. Ask yourself one question. Are your spending habits aligned with your values? Now, this might be something you've never thought about, but just like I've done in my previous videos, I'm going to give you a breakdown into easy steps. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to make sure your money is going toward the things that matter to you most. So first things first, step one, what are values? Values are your principles or things in life that you hold important. They're the foundation of how you want to live your life. Think of your values as your inner GPS that steers you through the right course of action and helps you achieve your goals. It's important to be clear on what your values are and revisit them often to ensure your behaviors, attitude, and habits are aligned with them. Values can be extremely powerful. Clearly defined values are a very effective tool to guide your decision-making process and your behaviors. When we lose sight of our values and forget to connect with our inner GPS, we're no longer making decisions based on those values, which prevents us from reaching our destination. Remember, the one that we've always dreamed of, where we can provide for ourselves and our family and live a life based on our choices, not necessity or someone else's demands, like an employer, a lender, or a debt collector. Your core values are your inner GPS that drive your behavior and affect your actions. They serve as the gauge by which you determine what a happy, fulfilling life looks like, and whether you're living that life. So how do you dial into your core values? You start by unlearning the values you've adopted over the years from influencers like parents, teachers, peers, and figure out what's important to you so you can start living your standards, not by society's or other influencers in your life. A few indicators that your habits might be not so aligned with your values: scarcity mindset, self-sabotaging behaviors, self-doubt, poor choices, negative outcomes, and a victim mentality. So let's dive into core values. You can Google core values and you will find a ton of information online. Here's a list I found from Brené Brown. If you want the list, I'll put the link down below. Take a minute to think about what really matters to you. Is it family, health, security, maybe creativity, travel, or even education? There's no wrong answer. Everyone's values are different. Begin to write down everything that resonates with you, anything that captures your definition of a fulfilling life. Don't hold back or think too hard. Jot down whatever you can relate to and what's important to you. Take your list and start to group similar words together. Put a star by your top 3 to 5 values. Ask yourself, do my actions and behaviors really reflect these values? Sometimes we say we value one thing, but our actions say another. When we lose sight of our values and forget to connect with our inner GPS, we no longer make decisions on our values, which stops us from living the life we want. So get clear on what's important to you and what your values mean to you. Dial them into your GPS and revisit them whenever you get stuck or when you're not living the life you desire. Create a manifesto of your values and keep it somewhere you will look at every day. Use it to inspire and drive you through your financial journey. Now that you know your core values, take a look at where your money's been going. If you did the exercise from my first video, you already have your list of your spending categories from last month, all highlighted in different colors. Compare your spending with the values you just wrote down. Are the things you're spending money on reflecting the values you've identified? For example, if family is one of your top values, are you spending on things that benefit or support your family? Are you saving for vacation to create memorable experiences? Or is your money going to eating out or to the newest, shiniest toy that you really don't even think about or appreciate soon after you bought it? If health is important to you, are you investing in nutritious food, exercise, and wellness? Take a good look and make note of any categories that don't seem to align with your values. Now that you've compared your spending with your values, it's time to spot the gaps. Ask yourself, are you spending more on the things that don't reflect your values or on the things that do? For instance, if your top values are travel, education, and health, but you're spending most of your money on fast food or impulse purchases with no spending in education, these are some gaps to think about. It's not about judging yourself. This is all about bringing awareness to how you're using your money. Once you know where your money's going, it becomes a lot easier to make changes. So what's next? The final step, now that you've spotted the gaps, is to make adjustments. The key here is to make small, manageable changes over time. Look for areas where you can redirect your money toward things that reflect your values, like cutting down and dining out if health is one of your values. Start meal prepping and cooking more at home. If quality time with your family is important, but you're being pulled in 1,000 different directions, managing your career, your household, kids' schedules like school, sports, and other activities, maybe convenience like ordering takeout or hiring a cleaning service is important to you so you can spend more quality time with your family. These adjustments don't have to be drastic. Start small and give yourself time to gradually align your spending with your values. So let's do a recap. The steps you need to take to evaluate if your core values and spending habits are aligned are: step 1, identify your core values. Step 2, review your spending. Step 3, spot the gaps. And step 4, make adjustments. The key takeaways here: when your spending reflects your values, you'll feel more in control and satisfied with your financial decisions. Remember, it's okay if you're not 100% aligned right away. This is a process. As you continue your financial journey, reevaluate your spending habits regularly to make sure you stay connected with your inner GPS and aligned with your values. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss my next video on setting financial goals that are aligned with your values. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.